Okay, so have you ever been stuck on a problem? Like really stuck, where you're brainstorming, but you just keep hitting a wall, or maybe the ideas coming out feel, well, a bit predictable.
Oh, absolutely. Happens all the time, right? We often think innovation needs some, lightning bolt of genius or decades of experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what if the real key isn't just what you know, but how you actually frame the challenge? Like right from the very first question you ask.
That's such a crucial shift, isn't it? It's moving from just staring at the problem to actively, designing a way forward. And that's exactly what we're diving into today, this really powerful but kind of simple idea called How Might We?
Right.
HMW.
HW.
Right.
Yeah, it's a technique that honestly doesn't just tweak your challenges. It sort of unlocks completely new ways to find solutions.
So it's definitely more than just like a phrase people throw around. It's a framework, a real system designed to take those big, messy challenges we all face and turn them into, opportunities, actionable ones.
Right. Inspiring ones even. Yeah. And our mission here is basically to give you a shortcut. We're going to pull out the best bits, the really valuable insights from a whole HMW toolkit and an innovation playbook.
So you get the core ideas, the specific tools, and crucially, how you can actually use this stuff.
Exactly. Practical steps. So you can integrate HMW thinking into your work, your team, maybe even just, personal stuff you're stuck on. This isn't just theory.
No, definitely not. It's about application. Things you can try, like today.
Okay, so let's start peeling back those layers then. What is how might we at its absolute core?
Well, fundamentally, it's a question framing technique. That's the heart of it. Its main job is to spark creative problem solving. And it does that by shifting your focus away from just stating the problem.
Which can feel negative, right?
Totally. It feels like a roadblock.
Mhm.
Instead, HMW pushes you towards exploring potential solutions. It's naturally collaborative, it's open-ended, it doesn't shut down ideas, it actually invites them, encourages that expansive thinking right from the get-go.
And the magic seems to be in those three little words. How, might, we. Each one does some heavy lifting, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Let's break it down. How? When you start with how, you're kind of implying that solutions are actually possible. They're out there.
Right, it's not if, it's how.
Exactly. It shifts your mindset from just observing to actively building. It says, okay, there's a path here, let's find it. Gives you agency, moves you past feeling stuck.
Okay, and then might. This one feels really important for the creative part.
It is. It's hugely important. Might is what gives you permission to explore without judgment. It signals that, hey, perfection isn't the aim right now. Let's suspend judgment. Even the wild, maybe crazy-sounding ideas, they're welcome. This little word is incredibly powerful for creating what people call psychological safety.
Which you need for real innovation, right?
Mm-hmm.
People have to feel safe to suggest something that might not work.
Precisely. It's like telling your brain, go play, explore, don't worry about feasibility just yet. And that allows those breakthrough ideas, the ones you might normally censor, to actually surface. It combats that fear of failure.
Okay. How might, and then we. This means in the team aspect.
Yes. We is all about shared ownership, collective effort. It changes problem solving from being, one person's headache or the boss's job into a shared journey. It explicitly says, everyone jump in, let's brainstorm together, let's share the load and the excitement of finding answers. It makes it clear this is our challenge to solve.
And that must help avoid just one person dominating the conversation or groupthink setting in.
Totally. That collective piece is so good at leveraging different perspectives. We've all been in meetings where, one voice kind of takes over.
Oh, yeah.
The we helps democratize it. It makes sure those quieter insights don't get lost. You end up building on each other's ideas, and the solutions are often stronger, more well-rounded, sometimes completely unexpected compared to what one person alone might come up with. It's our solution, not my idea.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So understanding the words is key. Now, let's talk about this idea of reframing. It feels like a lot of effort goes into just phrasing the problem. Why is that step so critical? Why not just jump into solutions? Like, why isn't saying users can't find info on our site enough?
Great question. Because users can't find information. It sounds like a diagnosis, right? A dead end. It focuses on the limitation, the constraint.
Yeah, it's just stating a fact.
Right. And our brains tend to solve problems exactly as stated. So you might just think, okay, let's add a search bar, a very narrow, maybe incremental fix.
Okay.
But when you reframe it as, how might we make information easily discoverable for users? Notice the shift. The first is a symptom. The second is aiming for an outcome.
Ah, okay. Discoverable. That opens things up.
Exactly. It opens up a much wider range of possibilities. It stops you from jumping to the first obvious answer. By focusing on the desired outcome, easy discovery, instead of the current problem users can't find stuff, you naturally start thinking more broadly. Outside the box, it kicks off that divergent thinking.
And the difference that makes is huge, right? If you're just focused on the constraint, your brain sort of shuts down other avenues. Fix this. But how might we? It's like, whoa, okay, what are the possibilities?
Precisely. You're not just fixing a bug, you're maybe reimagining the whole experience. Could we restructure the site? Personalize content, use an AI guide, deliver info differently. It stimulates that divergent thinking, generating lots of varied ideas.
Yeah.
And sometimes that reframing helps you realize the problem you thought you had isn't even the real root cause. Maybe it's not about finding info, maybe it's about trusting it. Or maybe users just think about it differently. HMW helps uncover those deeper things.
So for everyone listening, maybe take a second right now. Think about a problem you're dealing with. Work project, personal goal, something in your community, whatever it is. And just mentally, or say it out loud if you can, rephrase it, starting with, how might we? Does it feel different? Less like a brick wall, more like an open door.
That little language shift can be surprisingly powerful. Changes the energy.
It really can. Okay, so the door's open. Where do we go next? Reframing is step one, but we need a map, right? A process.
Exactly. And that's where the 4 pillars of the HMW Innovation Playbook come in. Think of these as like 4 essential toolkits that guide you through the whole innovation cycle.
Okay.
From that first HMW question all the way to actually launching and scaling something great, it makes the whole HMW thing repeatable, reliable, not just a one-off brainstorm.
Got it. So pillar number 1.
Pillar 1, framing and question crafting. And honestly, this is make or break. The quality of your solutions absolutely depends on how well you craft that initial HMW question.
Right. Garbage in, garbage out kind of thing.
Pretty much. This toolkit is all about defining the right problem for the right people and then wording the HMW question effectively. Get this wrong, and, well, you could waste a lot of effort later, even on brilliant ideas. It's like setting your GPS correctly before you start driving.
Okay, so what's in this toolkit to help with that?
A few key things. First, HMW templates. These aren't just blank boxes. They guide you step by step to formulate good HMWs. They make sure you hit the key elements. Then, super important, POV statements, point of view statements. These force you to get really clear on 3 things. Who is the user? What's their specific need? Not vague, but concrete. And what's the context?
Can you give an example?
Sure. Instead of like students need help studying, a POV might be a busy commuter student user needs to review lecture notes efficiently during their 30-minute train ride context. See how specific that is?
Yeah, much clearer. Builds empathy, too.
Exactly. That becomes the foundation for a really targeted HMW. And then there's the Goldilocks checklist.
Huh. Love the name. What's that for? Finding the just right question.
Precisely. It helps you avoid questions that are too broad, like how might we improve the world, which is useless for brainstorming.
Right, too big.
Or too narrow, like how might we change the button color from blue to green, which basically dictates the solution.
So what makes a question just right according to the checklist?
Good question. It needs to be 1, actionable, can you actually do something based on the answers? 2, inspirational, does it energize the team? Open up possibilities.
Okay.
3, neutral, it shouldn't suggest a specific solution. How might we build an app is bad, better. How might we help users access info on the go? And 4, the Goldilocks part. Specific enough to focus, but broad enough to allow diverse ideas. Improve customer satisfaction, too broad. Improve the checkout process for first-time online shoppers, much better.
Got it. So this whole first pillar is really about laying a super solid foundation, making sure you're solving the right problem before you dive into solutions.
Exactly. It prevents wasting time, aligns everyone, and sets you up for actual innovation, not just, tweaking things.
Okay, foundation laid. We have good HMW questions. What's pillar 2?
Pillar 2, idea generation. Now it's time to unleash the creativity. This toolkit gives you techniques to generate a lot of ideas and a wide variety of ideas in response to those great HMWs. Quantity and diversity are key here.
And you mentioned some cool tools earlier. Let's talk about brainwriting sheets. How do they help get more ideas out?
Brainwriting is fantastic, especially for quieter teams or avoiding groupthink. You have these sheets, maybe with like 25 slots for sticky notes. Everyone writes ideas down silently first.
Individually.
Right. Then maybe you pass the sheets around and people build on each other's ideas again, silently. It ensures everyone contributes, not just the loudest person, and you get a ton of initial ideas down quickly without discussion bogging it down.
I like that. Levels the playing field. What about crazy eights? That sounds energetic.
It is. It's super fast-paced. You take a sheet of paper, fold it into 8 panels. Then you have 1 minute per panel to sketch a distinct idea. 1 minute.
Wow, that's quick.
It forces you past your first obvious thoughts. It's about quantity, speed, visual thinking. Don't worry about perfect drawings. Just get the concept down. You'd be amazed what pops out under that pressure. Very raw, often very cool ideas.
Okay, sketching, writing. Any other ideation tools in this pillar?
Yes, a really versatile one. SCAMPER prompts. SCAMPER is an acronym. Substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, reverse.
Right, I've heard of that.
It's a structured way to brainstorm. Each letter prompts you to think about the problem or an existing solution differently. Like, what could we substitute? What could we combine? How could we adapt this?
So it gives you specific angles to attack the problem from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the prompts often come on cards, maybe with space for a couple of ideas per prompt. It forces you to systematically explore different possibilities, pushing beyond your usual thinking patterns.
So the psychology behind these tools, it's really about pushing for quantity and variety first, breaking through blocks.
Absolutely. Brainwriting leverages individual thinking and prevents conformity. Crazy Eights uses speed and visuals to bypass the inner critic. SCAMPER uses structured questions to force new perspectives. They're all designed to maximize that initial divergent thinking phase, get lots of stuff on the table before you start judging.
Okay, so now we've got potentially hundreds of ideas. Feels a bit overwhelming. How do we move forward? Pillar 3.
Pillar 3, prioritization and prototyping. Exactly. Now we need to sift through that mountain of ideas, figure out which ones are most promising, and start testing them. This toolkit helps you refine, choose, and make ideas tangible.
How do you start choosing? Seems tough with so many options.
A really simple, democratic way is dot voting. You literally give everyone a set number of sticky dots, say 50 colored dots each.
50. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, or fewer, depending on the scale. People then walk around and place their dots on the ideas they think have the most potential or most exciting, or best answer the HMW. It's super visual, super quick. You instantly see where the energy and consensus lie.
Okay, so you can see which ideas get the most votes. That helps narrow it down. What else?
Another great visual tool is the impact effort matrix. Imagine a big poster, like 2 feet by 3 feet with 2 axes. Impact, low to high, and effort, low to high.
Right, I've seen those.
You take your top ideas, maybe from dot voting, and plot them on this grid. It helps the team discuss and visualize things. Where are the quick wins? High impact, low effort.
Yeah, the low-hanging fruit.
Exactly. Where are the big bets? High impact, but high effort, needing more planning. It helps you make strategic choices about where to focus resources.
Makes sense. So you prioritize. Then what? Prototyping. What does that look like here?
We're talking low-fidelity prototypes. The key is low fidelity. Quick, cheap, simple ways to make an idea tangible enough to test. Think paper sketches of an app screen, a storyboard showing a service interaction, maybe even role-playing.
They're not building the whole thing.
Definitely not. The goal is to learn fast, learn cheap, get feedback before you invest heavily, build a rough version, show it to users, see what works, what doesn't, then iterate, fail fast, learn faster.
So these Pillar 3 tools, they bring structure to decision-making, right?
Yeah.
Move ideas from abstract to something concrete you can test and learn from.
Precisely. It's about that iterative cycle. Ideate, prioritize, prototype, test, learn, repeat. These tools make that cycle efficient and effective. They help you make informed choices about which ideas to actually pursue.
Okay, makes sense. We've framed, ideated, prioritized, prototyped. What's the final pillar?
Pillar 4, culture and scaling. This one is critical for making HMW stick. Innovation isn't just a workshop. It's about embedding this way of thinking, these practices, into your team or organization's DNA.
So how do you make it part of the culture?
This toolkit provides tools for sustainability, like HMW meeting scripts. These are structured agendas that deliberately build HMW thinking into regular team meetings, problem-solving sessions, whatever. It makes it routine.
So it becomes just how we do things around here.
Yeah, exactly. And for remote or hybrid teams, there are digital whiteboard templates, pre-built setups on platforms like Miro or Mural for running HMW activities virtually.
Oh yeah, those are essential now.
They really are. They keep everyone connected, keep ideas organized centrally, and make collaborations seamless, regardless of location. No excuses.
What else helps embed the culture?
Governance rituals. This sounds formal, but it just means setting up regular routines. Maybe it's a dedicated innovation hour each week, or a specific check-in during team meetings about ongoing HMW challenges, or a process for reviewing and funding ideas generated through HMW.
So structures that reinforce the behavior.
Yes. These rituals institutionalize HMW. They ensure it's not just a fad, but a continuous practice. It's how you build that muscle over time.
And the long-term benefit is, well, a culture that's actually innovative, right?
Yep.
Adaptable, always looking for better ways.
Exactly. This pillar tackles the how to make it stick problem. It ensures HMW becomes second nature, leading to ongoing results, not just a one-time boost. It fosters resilience.
Okay, those 4 pillars provide a really solid framework. Framing, ideation, prioritization, prototyping, and culture scaling. Now, I want to zoom back in on some of those specific tools you mentioned. Can we unpack a few more, really get into the nitty-gritty?
Absolutely. Let's get our hands dirty again. How about we start back at the beginning with the HMW framing template? We touched on it, but let's walk through using it.
Perfect. So, step 1 is?
Define your problem statement. One clear sentence. Let's use our earlier example. Busy parents struggle to find healthy, quick dinner options after work. Simple, clear.
Okay. Then you break it down.
Right. Identify the core parts. User, busy parents, need, healthy, quick dinner options, context, after work. Nailing these down is crucial for empathy and focus.
Got it. User, need, context.
Then you bring in the how might we phrase. And the key here is to generate at least 3 variations, explore different angles.
So for the busy parents, what might those HMWs be?
We could ask, 1. How might we help busy parents quickly prepare healthy dinners at home? Focus on cooking. 2. How might we make healthy, pre-prepared dinner options more accessible? Focus on external solutions. 3. How might we reduce the mental load of dinner planning for busy parents? Focus on the underlying stress.
Ah, I see. Each one opens up a different avenue for ideas.
Exactly. This template forces clarity, empathy, and gives you multiple focused starting points for brainstorming. It stops you jumping to conclusions.
Okay, great template. Now let's revisit those brainstorming powerhouses.
Yeah.
Brainwriting and Crazy Eights. You mentioned the 25 slots on the brainwriting sheets.
Yeah, the structure is key. Individual silent writing first means you get unfiltered ideas from everyone. Passing them around lets people build on others' thoughts without verbal interruption or pressure. It really maximizes the diversity and quantity right at the start. Less groupthink, more unique ideas.
And Crazy H, that intense sketching. What's the real benefit of the speed and the visual aspect?
The speed forces you past your initial, often safe ideas. The 1-minute limit bypasses your internal editor. And sketching, well, sometimes visualizing a solution unlocks things that words can't. It taps into a different part of your brain. You get spontaneous, sometimes surprising concepts down fast, quantity over quality at this stage.
Okay, let's dig deeper into SCAMPER. Can we walk through each letter again, thinking about the kind of thinking it triggers?
Sure. Substitute. Think alternatives. What materials, people, processes could be swapped. Triggers looking for replacements or different components.
Okay. Combine.
Synergy. What disparate things, features, ideas, services could be merged to create something new or better. Think hybrid solutions.
Adapt.
Borrowing and adjusting. What ideas from elsewhere could be adapted to this context? How can this be modified for a new purpose? Encourages cross-pollination.
Modify, including magnify and minify.
Playing with attributes. What can be changed? Made bigger, smaller, stronger, lighter. Change frequency. Pushes you to alter core characteristics.
Put to another use.
Repurposing. How else could this product, service, or technology be used? Who else could use it? Challenges existing boundaries.
Eliminate.
Simplification. What can be removed? What's non-essential? Forces you to identify the core value and strip away the rest.
And reverse range.
Flipping the script. What if we did the opposite? Change the order. Inverted assumptions. This often leads to radical new perspectives. And remember, the prompt cards encourage concrete ideas for each, right? Space for 2 ideas per card. Very practical.
Okay, moving to decisions again. Prioritization posters and dot voting. The impact effort matrix, that visual plotting, seems really powerful for strategy.
It really is. Seeing ideas laid out on that 2x2 great impact versus effort sparked great discussion. Okay, these are our quick wins. Let's do them now. These big bets need a proper plan. These low impact, high effort ones, maybe we ditch them. It brings clarity and helps allocate resources smartly.
And the dot voting Kid 50 doc seems like a lot, but it allows for nuance, right? People can show strong preference or spread their votes.
Exactly. It's simple, fast, visual democracy. You see instantly where the collective energy is pointing. It cuts through endless debate and helps the group move forward. And yeah, they come ready to use, which is always handy.
These decision tools, they really bridge that gap between a flood of ideas and a clear path forward.
Absolutely. They bring structure, facilitate collaboration, and ensure you're advancing the ideas that have the best chance of making a real difference based on the team's collective wisdom.
Now we have to talk about the reality of work today. Remote, hybrid, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
How do these HMW tools translate to the virtual world?
They translate incredibly well, actually. That's where things like virtual workspaces, Miro, Mural, Google Slides come in. These platforms have become essential.
Yeah, we use them all the time.
Right. They offer pre-built templates for almost every HMW activity, brainstorming maps, affinity clustering frames, dot voting areas, impact effort matrices, you name it. You just duplicate a template, share a link, and your whole team can jump in wherever they are.
It really breaks down those geographical barriers. Everyone can contribute in real time.
Or asynchronously, and everything saved centrally. No lost sticky notes, no photos of whiteboards. It's all there, accessible anytime. It's incredibly inclusive and efficient for distributed teams.
What about capturing ideas between meetings, those random sparks of inspiration?
That's where asynchronous innovation tools like a Slack HMW bot can be amazing. The idea is simple. Let people submit ideas anytime, easily.
How does that work? Like a command in Slack.
Exactly. Someone might type, how might we improve customer onboarding? The bot grabs that message and posts it to a dedicated channel, say, #HowMightWeIdeas.
Okay, so everyone sees the submitted questions or ideas.
Right, and then the team can react to them using emojis, effectively voting or showing interest asynchronously. It keeps the ideation going outside of scheduled meetings.
That sounds brilliant for capturing those shower thoughts, and also for people who maybe aren't comfortable speaking up in a big group meeting.
Totally. It empowers quieter voices, accommodates different time zones and schedules. It helps build that continuous, always-on innovation culture.
This is great. It shows HMW isn't just for in-person workshops anymore, but it also highlights that this is an ongoing thing, right? Not just a one-off toolkit.
Absolutely. Mastering HMW is a journey. It's about continuous learning and practice. And thankfully, there are resources and communities to help.
So if someone wants to go deeper, where should they look?
Well, for the broader context of design thinking, the articles on designthinkingtoolkit.co are fantastic, really solid grounding.
Okay.
For specific HMW best practices, digging into the Interaction Design Foundation Guide is highly recommended. They go deep on effective application.
And for digital tools?
Concept Board's remote HMW template is excellent. It has built-in features for things like affinity mapping, grouping similar ideas, and voting, which are super useful for virtual sessions. These resources help you keep learning and refining your skills.
Learning is one thing, but doing it with others must help too. Are there communities?
Definitely. Joining something like the HMW Innovators LinkedIn group is great. You get weekly challenges, people share templates, you learn from peers, real practical engagement.
Nice.
And subscribing to a good free innovation newsletter often gives you case studies, real examples of how HMW solved a real problem. Seeing it in action is incredibly motivating. Community keeps you inspired and helps you discover new ways to use HMW.
Okay, so for someone listening right now feeling inspired, what's the immediate action plan? How do they start embedding this?
Practice consistently. Pick just one activity each week. Maybe try framing a personal challenge using HMW.
Right.
Or run a 15-minute brainwriting session. Or sketch a lo-fi prototype. Small, consistent efforts build the habit.
Makes sense, like going to the gym for your innovation muscles.
Exactly. And share your results. Use #HMW Toolkit on social media. Share what you tried, what you learned. It helps you, inspires others, builds that community.
So download, practice weekly, share. That's a clear starting point.
It gives you a roadmap to make HMW thinking a natural part of your routine.
And how do you keep the momentum going long term? Avoid it fizzling out.
2 key things. 1, celebrate small wins. Make a point of highlighting an idea that came from HMW each month in your team meeting. Recognizing progress, even small steps, builds huge momentum and reinforces the value.
Yeah, recognition is powerful.
And 2, revisit your HMWs. Always. Great questions evolve. As you learn more, as the situation changes, your initial HMW might need tweaking or even a complete rewrite. Don't treat them as set in stone. keep refining them.
So the questions themselves are iterative, just like the solutions.
Precisely. The most powerful questions grow with your understanding, constantly opening up new possibilities.
Wow. Okay, this has been incredibly insightful. We've covered so much ground, from the core philosophy of HMW to specific tools for framing, ideation, prioritizing, prototyping, and even embedding it in the culture.
It's a really comprehensive toolkit designed to take you from problem to possibility.
Absolutely. And the core message really seems to be ask the right question. The right question unlocks the right solution. So we really encourage you, everyone listening, embrace that HMW mindset.
Yeah.
Try it out.
Yeah, lean into it.
So maybe the final thought for everyone is this. View every challenge you face, big or small, not just as a problem or a barrier. See it as an invitation.
An invitation to ask.
How might we? And see what amazing potential you uncover.
Show, let's go, open up your mind and grow. Facts and stories, things you never know. Every episode, we light the glow. Step into the world of Mad Show. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mad Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow. New ideas begin to shine. Breaking limits, crossing lines. Every moment feels divine. In the world of Mad Show time. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mad Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow.